Hey there, welcome to Rose. In this video, we'll be looking at how you could fetch data from our integrations using the Analyst. Let's dive right in. The first thing I'm going to do is open our AI Analyst here and then prompt it like so. Using GA4, create a dashboard with the monthly user acquisition overview from the last 3 years and hit enter. Give it a couple of seconds for the analyst to better understand what integration or data source we would like to use along with the entire prompt in and of itself. Typically, the analyst would respond with a plan of action. In this case, it's telling us that it'll build a GA4 dashboard with the overview for the last 3 years, along with some bullet points, and it's asking which one would you like to use. I'm just going to go with the user acquisition overview monthly. I'm going to copy and paste it in here. And again, give it a couple more seconds for it to process the follow-up prompts. And in case the integration is not already connected, it'll prompt you to connect that integrations right within the chat window. So in this case, I'm going to go hit connect and connect again. It'll redirect in this case to Google OAuth. I'm going to select my account, hit allow, and now we should see the different accounts connected like so, right? So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and select Rose GA4. That's the account from which I want to import the data and hit confirm. Give it a couple more seconds for it to do its magic. And you'll notice that it's slowly starting to build a whole bunch of different kinds of reports all by itself. And you can also already see the title is fairly accurately mentioned, along with a bit of a note in terms of what that particular data table is all about. And you'll still see that it's still continuing to review its results and essentially try and give you as many more reports and charts as possible. So let's just give it a couple more seconds until it finishes all its tasks. It's now created a chart. That's pretty cool. It's also creating another chart. And then there's another chart for average sessions. There's monthly conversion for the last 3 years. And there's the monthly users for the last 3 years as well. And now it looks like it's just completed the process of building the different kinds of reports and charts. And feel free to customize the output, the dashboards, as well as the charts that you'd like to see. You're absolutely free to provide more follow-up prompts to the analyst chat window here so that the analyst can take more actions from there. In this case, I'm going to try something more, which is based on the historical data, predict what the user acquisition would look like in the next 12 months. Let's just give it a couple more seconds. Okay, so here's the plan of action from the analyst. So it'll produce the 12-month forward-looking user acquisition outlook using the GA4 monthly history, right? It also gives you a little bit of what it'll actually end up generating for us. Let's just give it a couple more seconds now. Okay, so it's created this GA4 forecast, and notice that it's using the Python data table. Essentially, it's written a Python script, and you're free to modify this in case you know how to do that. Or if not, just prompt the AI to essentially do whatever modifications you'd like the model to be doing. That's the user acquisition forecast output table. All right. It's created another table for the chart data as well, so that we'll be able to see what the actual data is versus the forecasted values. That's pretty cool. And there we go. It's now created a chart as well with the actual new users, forecasted new users. The lighter colors essentially indicate what the forecasted values are. It also has a lower and upper limit defined here, which is pretty cool. And you'll notice that the analyst is doing all of these things all by itself based on its understanding of what the ideal or the expected output should look like. It's created another active users chart as well with the forecasted value. It's still continuing to do a couple of these things here. Okay, and finally it added a little bit of a text box summary of what the 12-month forecast summary looks like, along with the seasonality patterns, the peaks and troughs of the data set that we have too. So this is what you can build with the analyst today, interacting with the integrations that we have, importing the data, analyzing it, creating dashboards, charts, and a whole bunch of different summaries that you'd want out of the data that you may have on the spreadsheet. I hope this video helps, and thanks for watching.